If you've got Chiari and it's ruining your life, then somebody needs to listen, and people aren't listening. They're just not listening. To have a patient go to a doctor and the doctor says, well, yeah, you've got this thing, but it's not causing any of your problems. It's not causing any of your symptoms. In fact, I think this may be being overdiagnosed. And that is unacceptable to me. That's like telling somebody who has a brain tumor, well, you got a brain tumor, it's probably nothing, and this is really overdiagnosed. I mean, people have brain tumors all the time, so let's not count yours. In 2001, I was diagnosed with Chiari brain malformation. In 2004, our oldest daughter, who was 16 at the time, got diagnosed with Chiari brain malformation also. We looked it up online, and what we read online terrified us. We had no idea what to do. My husband buys a plane ticket to Miami, and he sends me off to a medical conference. Me, I was a mat and framer. I worked with art and gardening. I get to the medical conference, and about 1/3 of all the people are in wheelchairs. And I walked in, and I looked around, and I thought, I am in the wrong place. I am in the wrong place. I must be in the wrong place. So I left, came back in, and said, is this where I belong? And they said, yes, come in, sit down. I spent the next 4 days learning about Chiari brain malformation and syringomyelia and all the diseases that go with it. I was so terrified that I came home and like 8 days later started Chiari People of Montana. In 2007, we received right at 4,000 emails with myself and volunteers sitting in here 6 days a week. We were able to physically answer 2,262 of those emails. That leaves 1,728 emails unanswered. That's 1,728 people who got no answer. They're still waiting. In the normal brain, the cerebellum is floating in cerebrospinal fluid. It should be bathed in cerebrospinal fluid, and the fluid should be flowing freely. In the Chiari brain, the cerebellum is too big, and it's crowding the brainstem, and it's blocking the flow of cerebrospinal fluid. It causes intense pressure in the head, just massive, excruciating headaches. And the pressure can cause also a secondary problem called syringomyelia that forms inside the spinal cord. And when it's in there, it begins to damage nerves, and it's extremely painful. It can cause paralysis. You have to start finding experts who will treat you and who know how to treat you and your children, and you start making these treks to Seattle and New York and Denver and to the experts. When you have to leave the state for medical care, it is extremely stressful. Not to mention financially a drag. All of this money for all of these surgeries and, repair work, spinal cord repair, that money is leaving our city, it's leaving our state. What has literally consumed me is trying to find out how many patients have a confirmed diagnosis of Chiari in the state of Montana. I have this map. Each patient became a little pin, and everybody's pinned on the map in their location. We don't know what the true numbers are. It'd be nice if all Chiari patients in Montana would contact our office and let us know that they're there, then we could get a much more accurate count. Chiari is still considered rare. So rare in a state like Montana with a population of under 1 million people, 5-6 patients. We're looking for a handful of people. I'm not sure this is rare at all. So the main thing is to find out how many are in Montana, document it, and then take that information to the National Organization for Rare Diseases and ask them, can we be taken off the rare disease list? And if we could get taken off that rare disease list, perhaps doctors and the medical community would be more inclined to begin taking a look at this. Something has to give here. Something has to change. What we need is education. What we need is education. Education.